Alright, let's make this video real quick about everything that has been happening lately. So first thing, obviously we had a maintenance, and that maintenance was basically the update. Everything seemed normal. However, not even 24 hours in the update, we already had our first major bug, which was the Wizard City Bazaar, which the bazaar is always bugged to begin with. Maybe if they would stop adding stuff to the bazaar in the first place and just kind of revert back to where the bazaar was back in the day, maybe these things would have happened, or I don't know. But anyway, it was bugged. You could basically sell a piece of item like a reagent or a gear, and it would sell for like a ridiculous amount of not crowns, but gold, like 600 million gold. And obviously that doesn't even make any sense because we don't even have that much gold capacity. So obviously that was bugged. So what they had to do was basically kind of turn that off, right? Which they did. But then there was another way to access the bazaar, which was through Herald, the Wizard City Librarian, where you could basically buy treasure cards from there and also access the bazaar treasure cards as well and sell treasure cards if you want and all that fun stuff. So they also had to disable that. By doing that, they had to remove Herald and ELIK, or ELIK, Silver Fist, from the game. So as of right now, you cannot access Herald or ELIK. Now for ELIK, he's always going through problems, but Herald is a new one for us. And the problem with removing Herald, the NPC, is that he's actually for a lot of quests, a lot of mainline quests. I believe he's also used to access Mount Olympus. So it's a little bit of a problem because now you have people that can't access those quests. Like, it's like literally a global big type of, it's like a huge quest blocker in a sense, all because things were selling for like 600 million gold, right? And I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, it's just gold, why do they care? Well, remember, we did a video talking about some of the most purchased items in the game. Believe it or not, some of that includes gold. Yes, people do buy gold from the crown shop with crowns. That's one of their more popular items. Don't ask me why. I don't know, but people need gold. So apparently that exploit wasn't wasn't gonna be on KI's nice list. By the way, if you did that though, I guess you would get banned. Now, in that video we did do today, I accidentally sold a balance Azoth, but that sold at the right price of like 9,000 gold, so I don't think I was affected by that. But if you were someone that sold like a piece of coal for like a million gold, then yeah, you'll probably get banned. Or what they'll probably do is just roll back everybody's gold that was affected, or I don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, and also the Fire Decathlon is also kind of messed up too because, again, people need treasure cards. You also got to think about raids. If people are trying to buy treasure cards, then it's going to be a little tough. And obviously, there are plenty of other treasure card vendors that you can use. You don't have to just use Herald or ELIK. There's other treasure card vendors out there that you can use that still work. But yeah, it's just a little bit, I don't know, it sucks. It's definitely a big inconvenience, and it's definitely not a good way to start the summer update, especially when it was stated that they were going to change the way how they approach how they do these updates, and that we would quote unquote see less of these mistakes. And well, now we're seeing it happen in less than even 24 hours of the update even happening. And I don't know. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I don't know if someone deliberately is making these bugs happen to make the company look bad. I know I'm just a conspiracy theorist, but like, it's kind of getting to the point where now it's like we just sigh and we just have to wait for another hotfix or patch. Now, just to let you guys know, especially if you're on console, if this was a problem on console, this would be 100 times worse. And we already talked about the Hall of Champions bug, and that took weeks to even get a patch out to fix that. So if this was something on consoles, or if you're someone that's ready to play on console, you should honestly be worried, because this is kind of the state of the game, right? Like, this is what we go through in this game on PC. So if these problems happen to us, it's definitely going to happen to you eventually. And like I said, it's going to be harder to kind of get that console build out there when there are all these things happening. So anyways, we'll have to wait until Harold does return and until ELIK comes back from vacation. But for now, you just cannot use the Bazaar or the Wizard City Librarian. So, yep, a good start of a summer update. So, I don't know. We'll try and get the guild ready for the guild, or not guild, the raid. A lot of people have already signed up. It's really cool. I mean, if you want, just join the Discord server. I'll send you a guild invite. Just see who's available. It's just, yeah, it's just rough, man. It sucks. It really does. It's not, I think at one point it was really funny, but now whenever I see these things happen, it's kind of getting to the point where it's disappointing. It's really kind of disappointing. It's sad. It's sad, it's disappointing, and it's just like, it sucks. So we'll wait and see what happens next.